This is John Paul Rye. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Got an article here that caught my eye. It's called LeBron Actively Looking to Pay Convicted Felons Fines to Vote in Election. Not just to vote, he wants them to vote for a specific candidate. He doesn't just want to say, hey, these felons, I want to give them a chance to do something productive, to vote. He's saying, yo, I'll pay your way if you vote for my candidate. That's what I'm finding kind of sketchy. Let's take a look. Celebrities and athletes are known to endorse presidential candidates. LeBron James is taking that initiative a step further. LeBron and the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition are actively sending text messages to residents for the purpose of voting them to convicted felons, Outkick has learned. LeBron and the group are offering to pay fines and fees so felons can vote in the upcoming presidential election for Joe Biden. Here is one of the screenshots Outkick obtained Monday. So it says, how did you get my number? Thank you for letting me know. If you do think of someone who needs to pay off their fines and fees so they can vote, direct them to this link here and we can help them out. In June, LeBron launched the group More Than a Vote to fight black voter suppression and excite minority voters across the nation. And exciting people to vote is a good thing, theoretically. I'm not exactly sure where the suppression part's coming from. I thought that every person, when you're of a certain age, gets one vote and you have the right to go out and vote. Now, whether you're excited to or whether you do, that's up to you, but I'm not seeing what the difference between voters is exactly. We live, morethanavote.org. Thank you to every incredible athlete and artist working to help us pull this together. Change doesn't happen sitting on the sideline. Use our site to register and join our fight against voter suppression. Hashtag more than a vote, hashtag BLM. Okay, in another tweet with More Than a Vote, LeBron tweeted, "This is systematic racism and oppression." Just yesterday, LeBron was quoted in a Daily Wire story saying black people in the community don't believe that their vote matters. Stop right there. Now here's the thing. I think there's a lot of people out there that think their vote doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not sure exactly in what context that they're saying this in or LeBron means it in, but I think every one of us out there has felt it's just one vote. My vote doesn't matter. And another thing is votes are anonymous. So it's one person, one vote. And I just think it's a common thing to have the feeling that your voice doesn't count. I'm not sure that targets a specific group. The text and promotions for the cause don't specify what happens if an interested felon is known to support President Donald Trump or oppose the Chinese Communist Party. Maybe a sorry, we met our budget response from the LeBron team? Well, that would be a fucking lie, I guess. I mean, they're not going to say that to somebody who wants to vote their way. So they're not actually encouraging felons to use their right to vote and give them more power as a felon because, maybe they think everyone should have the right to vote. What they're saying is, you vote for us and we'll pay your way. You don't want to? Yeah, fuck it. We can't pay it. Of course, this is the speculation of this article, but I'd probably agree that if the person wasn't supporting Biden, they probably wouldn't want to pay that felon's way. Why would they? Wouldn't make sense. So here's the thing. If you've been following me, and there's a big elephant in the room, and that is Joe Biden. Now, I don't know exactly how political I'm going to get with details, but I will say this. Joe Biden does not look like he's up for the presidency. He seems like his mind's slipping. It's not stuttering. We've seen people stutter. They say the wrong thing. They mince words. But, they come back and they explain what they meant. He doesn't seem like he can keep thoughts together. He doesn't seem like he can go from point A to point B to point C without kind of smelling the flowers and eating a cone of ice cream before he gets there. So I'll probably talk about Joe Biden and, if you defend Joe Biden, I'd love to hear it. I haven't heard too many defenses for the guy, except that, he surrounds himself with competent people, but that's literally everybody who is running for an office, or at least competent people in their mind, in their opinion, something like that. I just don't get it. And people defend Joe Biden by saying, well, Trump did this, Trump did that. I'm not saying, what Trump did. I'm saying just defend him on his own merit. I'm not looking for like a fight with it. I'm saying defend him and what he says and what he does. There's a clip going around where he says, "This is my wife and I'm Joe Biden's husband." Is there more to that? You know, sometimes I find these clips out of context, but there's so many of them. And he had that interview with Cardi B. And the thing about that is, there's some speculation, and rightfully so, that Joe Biden is pandering to the black audience. And when you have an interview with someone like Cardi B, it shows that you are just wanting her fans. He's not really looking for an intellectual conversation about politics, progression, or just something productive. He's just finding the biggest superstar rapper he can and doing an interview, and I can only imagine that the people who don't know who he is or never heard him talk weren't too impressed. I can't imagine he knows like too much slang or knows about the rap culture. So it seems to me LeBron is just kind of lost. He's not really doing anything helpful on the whole for society, or even, I don't think he's doing anything on the whole for the causes he believes in. I find this whole thing really shady. You know, as far as the felons voting, I suppose if it's legal, fine. I mean, I don't see any real problem with that, but it doesn't really seem to me to be the best focus of resources and energy to get felons to vote. And obviously, there are people who are stuck in a situation where they're going to be happy to abide to get fees paid. I mean, obviously. Anyway, I just ranted. If you're not subscribed here, I think I said that already, please do. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.